Hi everyone, welcome to DOdaily Tuesday training. It's Daz here, just checking in whilst getting in some late evening activity. Out a bit later than normal tonight, just before sort of the day ends. Out at dusk, down by the river as usual. When I need to fit one in, and I definitely need to do that today. In all honesty, today's been my first real tough day for a long time, and I want to speak on DOdaily about how we can nip things in the bud early to stop things getting even worse than they already are. I try to be positive and enthusiastic. Those who watch regular know that, but I always say that next bad day, that next drama, hiccup, bit of bad news is just around the corner. And having touched on it on Monday Motivation, I really needed to address an issue that was playing on my mind. Thankfully I've done that. So before I go any further, what I will just say, if you enjoy the episode, enjoy the positivity, the enthusiasm, me just passing it over as I see it, vlogging where I'm at mentally, trying to chart my progress with my activity. I always believe there's a link between the two. There definitely is. That's why I'm at now, just regaining some headspace. Not done very much today, and that's very unusual on a Tuesday. But if you do enjoy it, please give this episode a thumbs up. Please do subscribe if you're new to the channel. You might be wondering what the hell's going on, but it's just me being honest and realistic of where I'm at, and for all those reasons I just said there. But today, after all that positivity recently, all the excitement, all the things I've got to look forward to, today was just a bit of a slap in the face. But one way or another, we have to deal with them, don't we? We have to get to the crux of what it is, what's bothering us. For me, it involved difficult and unpleasant conversations. Not knowing what the outcome was going to be can sometimes be frightening. But at the end of the day, I think from what's happened so far, things are a lot better. I'm not going to talk about the issue as such, not because I'm not honest, but it involves other people, and of course this is my channel, my vlog, and how I'm getting about my daily life. One way or another, I'll find reason to be positive about the things I've done, and just the fact now, I mentioned it there, getting out down here before the end of the day, knowing I've at least done some kind of activity is so important. I'll go to bed feeling much better for that. Not had much sleep, not had much to eat, all things that I wouldn't encourage, definitely wouldn't encourage. So I'm going to go back, get some tea, and hopefully get a little bit of an early night and catch up. And that's just how things are sometimes, aren't they? It can be tricky when things happen, when we're riding a wave of enthusiasm. It can be so easy to sort of let it get to you and stop thinking clearly, start questioning why me and why is this happening. But again, a realization of these things are sent to test us, it's always sent to test us. As much as I realise that things can turn for the good, and I'm always encouraging that. Anybody who's looking in who is suffering at the moment, not feeling fantastic, not nice things happening in their life, it changes very quickly if you do all the things you need to do. So again, sticking to my routine, sticking to my beliefs, getting out, getting some fresh air, having chance to process my thoughts, alone. That's important. whilst I've got good people around me and people to confide in and talk to and who believe in what I do, today's just one of those where I needed to work it out for myself. And again, it's so important to nip things in the bud as early as possible. I will always encourage that. I think I'm quite brave in that sense, that I do tackle things head on without being arrogant or pushy. I'm quite sort of willing to have those difficult conversations because I know how quickly things can manifest and get a lot worse. A lack of communication can sometimes make our mind start to wander, and then we start making it up to some degree, and that's definitely not what I was hoping, what I was wanting to do. By discussing, chatting, trying to understand, asking questions, it's the quickest way to get the information we need and to really move forward. I don't like talking about the bad times. I like coming on here and being really on it, talking about this one or that one, or talking about the football or the cricket or things I'm looking forward to at the weekend. But it's just been a tricky start to the week, and it was the last thing I expected. But as I said back there, I'm not going to let that grind me down too much. I'm going to carry on doing all the things I do, apart from today. And now, at this point, probably feeling a little bit guilty for not doing it. Although I shouldn't, it was something that needed doing. I didn't have the opportunity to get about everything that I do for others. And I'm sure they'll understand, everybody's allowed a bad day. People always say to me on DOdaily, when they watch DOdaily, how are you so positive? How do you maintain it even through the bad stuff? Because we have to, don't we? It's the quickest way when things are stacking up against us. If we remember what's worked, talk about that every single day. What's worked. My go-to is the activity, the walks around the river. So many times in the last few weeks you'll have seen me down there. Go back to what we know. Do it. Get something from it. Tell yourself you've taken something from it. I could walk around there with a face like thunder and think this is not working today and nothing's going to change my mood and blah blah blah. And whilst it doesn't impact things on the greater scale, it definitely changes my mood to some degree. It's never going to make it feel worse, is it? So getting out there, and getting in my Tuesday training, it's not to the level I want it to be, and I've been talking a lot recently about doing more and more. Still pretty pleased, still feel I can get stuck in this week. I'll be doing that tomorrow as things start flattening off again, because I dealt with it very quickly. But I'll always encourage that, if you're not feeling great, just try talking first of all. I don't really know people who, if someone went to them and said I don't feel good, would tell them to go away or would mock it. There is people, there is stigma, and there is people who try and avoid it when you really do need help. I've been there, I've faced it, but I don't really know that many people. Generally, people are good, want to help if somebody feels they're at that point where they need it. For me, it was a case of just resorting to all the things that work. And again, I said it a few times already. Doing the things that work are the things that put us back on the straight and narrow. Make us smile through the difficult times, and something to really embrace when it's good. And that's all we can do, isn't it? I'll be moving forward tomorrow. Today's been one of those, and we all have them. Again, with reference to people saying, why are you always so positive? I don't feel it all the time, but if we create that energy, create those vibes, don't really like using the word vibes, makes it sound a bit too cheesy, but it's the reality, isn't it? We create positive energy, we spend our time around positive people and in positive situations. All of a sudden we're going to feel a lot more positive when things are sent to us. And that's all I really want to say today, guys. Like I say, I don't, not through not wanting to talk, but through respecting other people. Not going to get too deep into what's upset me, but whatever it is, it's about how we deal with it, how we take it forward, and how we move on to whatever's next. For me, it's Wednesday workout, it's getting back to my activity, and again, after what I've done tonight in terms of this short walk, quiet, serene, needed that, really needed that today. Just needed a little bit distance, but again, whilst I encourage a lot of communication and discussion and support, today it was just one of those where I needed a bit of me time, and I've taken it, and that's all that matters. So hopefully you've understood what I'm trying to say here, makes some kind of sense. Of course, when we're not in the best frame of mind, thought processes aren't quite as they should be, but nonetheless, hopefully you understand what I'm saying, and we can all have a good day tomorrow. I'm going to put together my first part one vlog for a few weeks after getting back to that. Really sort of enjoyed doing that, took some nice time out on Saturday, so check that out. They always go down well, even if you're not a runner. Just seeing what I get up to on a Saturday morning and where I'm at and who I'm doing it with, it's always nice when it comes out to watch. Try and use it as a bit of midweek motivation to encourage those who might need it to get out there and get in a bit of activity. Part one's such a great example. You don't have to be a runner, you can walk it, you can do it whatever pace you want. So again, it just might be that spark, that little bit of inspiration to use something that works so well for me. I'll keep resorting to it. Hopefully, if you don't resort to that, you can resort to DOdaily and enjoy what I'm doing here. Enjoy someone just living a very normal life, doing very normal things, experiencing very normal feelings. Until tomorrow, once again, please drop us a thumbs up if you've enjoyed the episode, if you've enjoyed the rawness, the reality, and do subscribe if you're new to the channel. Just doing it.